I basically had kept all of the rejection letters for work experience and everything that I'd ever got. But they were literally, like, these are all just saying, no, you can't have work experience. It was with film companies as well. So Now magazine, Looks magazine, and there were just loads. There were so many rejections in there. But the people that reject you don't know your skills and don't know this. So I think you just have to keep on. If you're confident that you can do something and if you really want to do something, I think you need to keep on with it to show the people that are rejecting you that you can do it, actually.
I'd started to work in a mobile phone shop and I was passed over for promotion because I didn't have A-levels, which then sent me back to college. All the hard work I'd put in, it meant nothing. And I thought, right, I'm going to show you. That's been quite a motivator for me to carry on, as people who didn't think very much of me because of a lack of qualifications, I can absolutely prove them wrong now.
Writing is the thing that I still find the hardest to do. And I've written for I've written for The Times in London, I've written for like .NET magazine, which is a web design magazine, I've written for a lot of blogs, and people tell me my writing's good, but it's still the thing which I find the hardest, and that's partly dyslexia. If something makes you feel uncomfortable, you can go two ways. You can either stop doing it, and whatever, or you actually really say, okay, I have to do this. And it makes you feel uncomfortable, has that sick feeling, but generally that feeling's a good thing because it's telling you that you're on the right path.
I discovered radiography when I was about 16. I didn't go into it straight away. I had a few years of doing childcare, actually. I had my daughter when I was 17. Obviously, having my daughter so young meant that I had to wait and do things a bit later, but it never held me back. The Access course was one of the courses that came up. It said that you could get into radiography nursing, and so I done that 2 evenings a week for 2 years. There were times when I didn't think I would make it through. It was very difficult, but it's been worth it. It's been very rewarding. My daughter has really inspired me to do well. Knowing that I can give her a better life is what got me through.
I was actually born in Pakistan. I grew up in a small village. My father came here in the 60s, and then in the mid-70s when I was about 14. I couldn't speak a word of English, so obviously I had to work hard to learn English to start with, and then went to school and then college after that. I would say that was the biggest change in my life.
I went to live in Sydney, Australia, which was a huge move, as you can imagine, and I actually worked for Estee Lauder, and I got lots of rewards from that job as well. Unfortunately, Sydney didn't work out for me. I missed home, missed my family, it was quite isolating. And I came back here still with a passion for joining the police force. And now, of course, my dream of being a police officer is now really in sight.
My brother, who was 2.5 years older than me, he died in a motorbike accident. And when he went, I was absolutely devastated. I turned to drink, I lost my job, and I got into some serious trouble and ended up in Borstal. It was quite a wake-up call because I realised how much I'd taken freedom for granted, really. Then I joined a kendo club. So you wear armour and you fight with bamboo sticks. I started looking at life much more positively. It has definitely made me a better person, made me a great dad.
I was in hospital for a year. Well, I had leukemia, and that was when I was 17. And it really focused what I wanted to do for the next 10 years. They said that it might come back, so you have to go and live and do whatever you've wanted to do.